Hey, you guys, Bestie Talk, episode 6.
Oh, this is six. Hey, you guys. Welcome to Bestie Talk.
I'm Krispin and
And I'm CiCora Lee.
and we got a hot topic for you guys today.
Hi. We're going to start this evening by talking about what type of love balance makes a relationship work. Is it man loves more than the woman, man and woman love equally, or the woman loves more than the man?
I think it should be equal for sure. Because when you have one person loving more than the next one, I feel like they start setting expectations and feeling like the other person is supposed to meet them at the level that they're on, even though they may not quite be there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with loving equally as well because I feel like if both people are giving, love is an action word, really. So if both people are giving, that's going to keep the other one poured into and able to, reciprocate with the person.
I think
Oh, go ahead.
I would just say I think we should define what love is.
I define love as an action word of doing. When I think of how God loved me, He sacrificed His whole life. He gave His only Son. He gave His best, His first, His only, His last, so that I could be saved. And so, when what I define as love from someone else is seeing that person sacrifice their time, things that they really enjoy and delight in to somehow fit me into the equation comfortably. Like I see it as them taking the time to get to know me and doing things and being trustworthy, giving me respect and adoring me. I see all of those things as being a part of love. What about you?
That's beautiful. I really go by like the Bible's definition. Love is patient, love is kind, love keeps no record of wrong. And I look for those traits in people when they tell me that they love me. You can't say you love me and then I confront you about something and you're quick to snap off, or you're quick to, have an attitude. You're not exercising patience, or you bring up a problem that we got over 6 months ago, because love keeps no record of wrong. So why are you bringing up something from the past? So I kind of throw that into that equation when I look at, like, does this person really love me? Like you said, it's an action word. Are they acting like they love me? Are they really living through the definition of what love is defined as in the Bible?
That's good. That's really good. And I think one of the things that I've learned over the last 3 decades of my life is that love does not hurt.
No, love is easy.
Yeah, love doesn't hurt. And from the very beginning, when I was younger, I remember, being in relationships and people would apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean that. And I just realized, like, God never hurt me. He never did anything to make me less than my best self. He never put me in any situation to be ashamed or guilty or feel bad. And I just think that love is nurturing, love is caring, love edifies. And yeah, I've just learned that there is absolutely no pain in love. And like you said, it's definitely easy. People overcomplicate love.
I agree. And you can't really put a time frame on love. You can fall in love with a person very easily. Like, seriously, in months.
I'm laughing because I agree.
I feel like, like, it doesn't take long, when you genuinely love someone. And I kind of with my situation with my man, because I don't try to call him my boyfriend. Like, I feel like I'm grown, so we passed that. My man, I remember when we first discussed that we love one another. I was in Grenada for a funeral, and I was talking to one of my cousins, and she said something about you glowing. Like, I know who you in love with, because you look like you love somebody. And I'm like blushing and stuff. And I was just telling him about the conversation. And he pretty much told me, he was like, yeah, you know, I knew that I loved you a long time ago, but I didn't tell you that because I didn't want it to go to your head. I'm like, okay. Because he said once you start saying that, people start acting out. But I
Mhm.
feel like I've acted out.
I do think, well, I don't think that there's a time frame on love or getting to know someone. And I'm somebody, I just started dating kind of at the end of last year, and I would put a time frame on people. Everybody had this same little time frame in my mind to either be categorized as friend or moving forward. And I just realized, like, when timing comes into play, it doesn't matter how long you've known a person. When you know, you know.
When you know,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah. And I think there is a difference because you can love someone because you know they've just been around, you're used to that person, you really love and care for them, as opposed to being in love. Like that's a totally different thing from just because I love everybody, like we supposed to,
Right.
you know, but it's a difference from being in love and actually just loving people. And I feel like in my past, I told everybody I've been with I love them. Like we've all said. I'm telling you, like, everybody that I like seriously dated for a minute, the word has come up like I love you. I remember I was in college and this one guy told me he loved me, and I feel so bad because I didn't say it back because I was like, I really like you a lot. And I just
Oh,
felt so bad because I felt like he really loved me, but the feeling just wasn't mutual there. So now I try to be cautious with that word.
yeah. So I think that there's a difference between loving someone and being in love.
Mhm.
We are to love everyone. Like I love everyone too. And being in love, though, it's like you're choosing to guard the love and to grow the love and protect the love and make it something even more beautiful. So I feel like when you're in love with someone, it's more of a work. It means you're committed to putting in the work and the effort to grow the love versus, oh, I love you. I love you means I do love you, but I'm not trying to do any more than what I'm currently doing. Whereas when you say, I'm in love with you, it just means like you're passionately in love, you're on fire for this person, you're committed to that love journey.
I agree. Which brings me to this post I saw on Facebook. This girl was saying, like, 2 years ago, I got engaged and got married, but since then, my husband lost his job. I've been pretty much holding down the fort, and she was like, I didn't marry to be with a broke man, pretty much.
Mhm.
And she was just saying, I have the right to feel that way. And I just felt like that was wrong when you make those vows for better or for worse, for richer or for poor. And I feel like people really play when it comes to marriage these days. Like they play with those vows because they're really not living them out. Like it's only been 2 years. I feel like people go through things. And if you really love that person, like you say you do, him losing his job or going through a hard time shouldn't make you love him any less or make you so easily to walk out.
I agree. So I think that with love, there's seasons, just like there are four seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. I think that relationships go through seasons as well. The season
Mhm.
where you're getting to know someone, the season where you're going through things, where you grow through things and you overcome things, that would be the other side. Like after the trials and tribulations. We know personally that we're continuing to grow. And the one thing that's constant is change. So I personally feel like, when you get married to someone, you're making a vow to go through the four seasons for the
Mhm.
rest of your life. And so I do think I understand, and I feel her, like I empathize where she's saying she didn't want to marry a broke man, but I'm pretty sure he also thought that he was marrying someone who loved him and was in love, meaning that he was expecting, unconditional love, you know, through that hard time. And I just personally believe that as a woman, we want the man to be the provider. But if something were to happen, I'm also the kind of woman where I can hold down my family as well. If my man, falls on hard times or something happens in a marriage now. I'm talking ladies in a marriage, not your boyfriend, not the person you're dating. Like in an actual committed marriage, I would be willing to step up and support that man. Because if you've seen him at a certain success rate before, that's the minimum. So
Mhm.
why not grow through that season until he comes out on the other side? Like until y'all come out on the other side together. I think that's horrible that she, gave up so easy. Did you really love him?
I don't know. They were on her in the comments though, but they were like, some guys were saying, that's fair, just like a man. They brought up like women gaining weight in the marriage. Like we married you at a certain size. So if you're getting like big and out of shape, like that's on you to pull that back together. If she has the right to leave about his finances, a guy has the right to leave about her, gaining
Yeah.
weight and things of that nature. And I've heard other guys say that too. Like men don't want too much, but to be respected and for you to keep yourself up.
Wow.
Mhm.
I feel like that's easy. I mean,
Yeah.
but I do think that for love to continue to grow, it's important that people communicate. Like maybe if they would have communicated how they may act in hard seasons or something, or like, just go below the surface to
Mhm.
look at those deeper questions. I don't think people really these days, I don't think people really evaluate folks on a subsurface level. Like it's kind of superficial. Like, oh, she's fine, or oh, he looks good, or oh, they got money. Okay, but what is their integrity like? Do
Mhm.
they have tenacity? Like, how do they overcome obstacles? How do they handle hard times as is? Because that's what they're going to do with you.
Mhm.
Like if they want everything to be easy, if their parents do everything for them, if they're always having the easy route out, that's what they're going to bring to the marriage.
Mhm. That's why I think you should really take your time before marrying people. And I'm speaking from experience, from myself. I rushed into a marriage and it ended rather quickly. I did not know who I was marrying. I did not know circumstances of their mental stability, how they handle conflict, and things of that nature. So when it comes to seasons, I think you have to go through seasons of a person grieving. How are they going to act when they lose a loved one? How are they going to act when they're broke? How are they going to act when you get ill? Are they willing to stick beside you if you have cancer or if you're going through something? If you gain a lot of weight, will that person still stick beside you? So for myself in the future, I do kind of take my time with people. And I said I never want to rush into anything like I did before. It works for some people. My parents got married after knowing each other 4 months, and they've been married 30 plus years. Beautiful. I love it. But this day and time with social media and this internet and easy access, it's a little different than it was before.
That's a good point. Wow, that is a great point. I'm
I
taking note of that.
had
So
a
that
conversation with someone. They were like, back in the day when a husband left the house and said he's going somewhere, it wasn't no cell phones for you to call and be like, where you at? It wasn't no send your location. If they said this where they were, you either had to believe it unless you were gonna go over there and pop up. But now cell phones, you telling us you want where? Okay, where? Share your location. Where you at? Like, it's harder for people to get away with the stuff they used to get away with in the past, I believe.
wow, yes. That now that you mentioned social media, um, I won't tell this. Well, yeah, I'm going to tell a story. So there was this lady who pretty much relocated, moved her whole life, started life in another location because she was under the impression that she was going to be with the man that was in that city. So I think that when love is out of balance is when the woman loves more than the man.
I don't feel like a woman should ever pick up and move to follow a man, unless that's your husband.
Yeah, but then they'll be together, right? They hopefully. I mean, some crazy stuff going on, but I don't think that a woman should ever be the one to like love more than the man because then she would be the one who's out of order. Like it's really the man who ultimately chooses the wife, like the wife is a wife before she gets married, but it's ultimately the man that has to be fully invested for the relationship to go well.
Mhm. But I feel like women love harder anyway because we're just naturally emotional beings. We're always in our feelings. We always need, affirmation from men. But I think if you love your man more, don't let him know that. Like, just be head over heels in your mind, in your soul. Don't give that all to him because people will play off of that and they will use that against you. They will take advantage of it. They will start manipulating you. So you just kind of want to make sure there's an equal balance.
Mhm.
You know,
How do you think social media, let's go back to the social media thing. How do you think social media has changed the love balance? Do you think that it's benefited the love balance or do you think it's been a disadvantage? Let's talk about it.
huge disadvantage. Social media is the devil. Someone identifies social media as the mark of the beast. Like you got to look at it like you get on social media or the internet, period. You have access to porn, you have access to Instagram models, you got access to people twerking in thongs. What's the obsession with everybody posting themselves in thongs these days? Like, I don't get it. But that's what you're dealing with. Like, our parents, they didn't grow up in this age where you could just get on social media and here you see people with their bodies done. You see BBLs. Like I said, you just see butt up and down your timeline. So I think that makes men have a little more wondering eye than what
Mm.
they had in the past. I don't want no man that's always on social media. If you on social media, you like scrolling all the time and posting and trying to be seen, you ain't the man for me.
Wow, wow. So you think that there's a lot more, like maybe it brings like a lustful, like you said, wondering eye?
100%. Because I can tell you, I can't even count the number of married men that hop in my DMs. That say little slick stuff, replying to stories, putting heart eyes on stuff. So yeah,
Mm,
you know who
mhm.
you are.
Wow.
What about you? What's your thoughts on social media and relationships these days?
Well, so me personally, I keep like my social media at a minimum. Like I do the bare minimum to just kind of connect with my family and like with real estate, I'll try to put something out. I put things out for the podcast, but I'm not doing this with you. But I do think that social media has kind of like expanded the market. It's expanded the market. And then there are so many different filters, and a lot of women live on filters and look different in person. It's like it causes women to compete with each other and compete with things that aren't real. So I think for those of us who do use social media, we just have to use it wisely, like to put out our message and to get our brand out there. But as far as like my man being active on social media, he's on social media, but he's not like
Yeah, same.
posting all the time.
Like
Yeah.
mine has an account, but it's like no photos on there. It's like it's not that but I think it's immature men that get on there and they're looking and sliding in people's DMs. It's really
Yeah.
thirsty.
It's the older ones too. Well, you said immature men?
You're not in age, but in mindset.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say I've seen immature men that are 40 something, married, single. Like Oh.
Oh, I can't say what I want to on that, but I've seen some married men getting out of character in them DM.
Oh, they'll test you now. They try to put out the bait and see if you bite.
Mm-hmm. And so many people do easily. But like you said, there's so many filters. You don't even know what people really look like these days, to be honest. Like people post these old pictures when they were 20, 30 pounds lighter. I had a friend of mine literally get catfished, went on a date with this chick, showed me pictures of her. He was like, when I saw her in person, I almost walked past her because I didn't think that that was her. Like, she gained a lot of weight that looks nothing like, how she looks now. So a lot of people will put on a facade. If you catch them only posting them neck up pictures, hey,
Yeah, yeah, you gotta stay away from that. You gotta see a full body.
FaceTime them and tell them to stand up and back away from
Most people, yeah. So I know people who do. They have when they go on dates where they met the person online, they do FaceTime them before they meet in person, and you
Mm,
kind of have to because you want to see that person's energy, what they have going on, like in their personal space.
mhm. You need to see how people really are.
Yeah,
Because people just put out on social media what they want you to see. So,
yeah. That's what I do.
mhm.
It's nobody's telling their whole up and down story every day. It's
Mm-mm.
only what they want people to know or what they want to share with their followers.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, don't be fooled by social media. It's a lot of people posting pictures from 1995 on there, and they look nothing
No,
today.
not 95.
Well, I would say 2005.
And they don't put flashback to '05?
No,
Oh.
like realistically, it's 2024. They probably posting pictures from like 2018.
Ooh, okay. Hmm.
I know people personally who do that.
Oh, wow.
And I've even had like an old friend to say, because she was posting like these pictures. This guy was like harding it, sliding her DM, but notice they were shots that really didn't portray what she looked like with the naked eye. And so she was like, I hope he doesn't think that I'm catfishing him. And I'm like,
Oh,
but hey, you just got to be who you are. Like, your size is your size. We're not getting on here trying to, fat shame anyone or anything like
right.
that. Don't feel like you have to look like people you see on social media.
Right, because everybody's putting their best face forward, or
Mhm.
maybe their fake face forward. So
Their best body forward, right?
yeah,
Them
yeah.
ankles will do a lot. I tell you, you can check, look at that chin, look under here, guy. I'm putting y'all on game, man. Look under here. Fat tends to deposit. You like in that neckline right there. You just got to be cautious
Mhm.
and meet people authentically. And met people online. It's been cool. Not like a date site. Let's clear that. Not like a dating
Oh,
site.
yeah, no.
People I've met like on Instagram, but I still like see them around the city. Like, okay, cool. Like, I've seen them out, whatever. We may connect, start talking on social media. But don't get us started on them dating sites.
Let's get on them sites for real. Let's do it. I had to. You put it out there, so let's go there. Let's go there. What you know about them sites? What you got? Give us a good story from the site.
Like I got on there for like one day one time. Literally like bored, nothing to do. I'm single. And I started getting flooded with messages. Like one guy sent this long paragraph I want to take you to this restaurant. Then we're going to go do live music. And we're going to drink champagne. And we're going to gaze at the stars. Like this whole, like plan out this whole day. And I'm like, you don't even know me.
Wow.
From a can of paint. And that shit's scary. Like, it's not my vibe. I know some people do. I'm not knocking you. But I'm a fan of meeting people authentically. Stay off them sites. What about you?
One of the craziest stories, I haven't done dating sites, but before I knocked it, I definitely got on to like just see. And to me, it was personally overwhelming because it feels like you're in a meat market. And I don't
Yeah.
want to feel like a man is shopping for me. And it was just really weird seeing the different profiles. And then with the line of work that I do, we don't really disclose a lot about like our family or location and stuff like that. So to see people post their kids and stuff, I'm like, your kids should not be on the app. You know,
I wish a man would get on a date app and post a picture with him and my babies in there. Like, you don't take that down. Like, have you lost your mind?
yeah, I can't. I can't.
Get somebody else to do.
Yeah.
Because why are you using your kid on a dating site? Like, dating should be about you. I
Oh
you
no.
you and you only. Like, don't use the kids as a bait. Like, oh, he's probably such a good dad. No, I will send you a cease and desist. Take my kid off that site.
And like I saw one guy, I felt like he was really smart because he posted pictures of himself traveling with friends or maybe family, but he blacked out other people's faces. And I was like, okay, he's smart because you know, you don't want to put all of your loved ones on there. They're not asking to be on the site, you know. It's just it wasn't for me.
Crop me out, baby. If y'all got a picture, crop me out.
And then too, I think like however someone approaches me, I think, oh, they've done this to other people. You know, like this is the same, this is how they operate. And I just couldn't imagine actually dating someone, then becoming exclusive. I'll be like, are you still on the apps? Like, no. Like,
Yeah, I was dating this one guy and I broke up with him because I found out he was on a dating app. Like, okay.
Oh, wow. But did you met him in person, I would assume?
Yeah, we were from the same hometown, so it was like,
Okay.
the relationship from hell.
But I think that, whatever. I just feel like it's a different mentality for people to be on an app. Or maybe they're just more trusting of people. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like a sign. I don't want anybody to get offended, but it's a sign of desperation to me. And I feel like women who are on there looking for men, it's a sign of desperation. Your person will come. Like, how do you think our parents and older people did this? They met people authentically through people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on Plenty of Fish. Like, who wants to be on something called Plenty of Fish?
What is that? I was about to Google that.
Plenty of Fish. POF. Yes. Tinder. Why would I Tinder? Come on now.
Like young Tinder? Young Tinder.
Tinder.
Oh my gosh, that's the first thing that came up as soon as I typed in plenty. It said Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, it's the thing, girl. They on there now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I could,
let's create a fake profile and see who I was on there.
No, I don't care. If they on the app, that's way too low for me.
Yeah.
Now, please don't judge me, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
no. Even my son, my son, okay, my son is 16. I told him when he was 16, he could start dating. And I think we kind of talked about the apps. We discussed apps. And I was trying to kind of see like if he was interested. Well, not interested in being on it, but I mentioned it and he was like, anybody on the app is lame. Like he was like, only people who can't approach people in person would go and get on the app. Like he's like, Mom, we're actually talking to people. And he was like, if you like somebody, you tell them. Like it's not, so even the kids are getting it. Like it's not rocket science. You just talk to people. I think apps is more like a hookup thing. Like finding somebody to hook up with real quick.
I agree. Because the percentage of people that actually get married from an app is so low. So you're better off bumping into somebody at Publix.
It is possible. Because I mean, I had somebody hook me up with a nice date from getting my nails done. I wasn't even thinking about it. But like if you just relax and just be you, God will send that person to you. Like it's not something you have to go and work real hard at. I don't think. Like even the relationship I'm in now, like nothing is hard. Like you don't have to. It's just not it's not as complicated as people think. And to me, if you are pressed about it or trying to analyze everything, that's not your person because it's just gonna flow.
Yeah, because men, they already have to fight the world. They don't want to come home and fight with you. Like you're supposed to be their peace, not their problem. And a lot of women don't know what peace is. Like they just have to start some mess with their man, and that's not what they're all. The first when I be trying to start stuff with my man, baby, he be trying to be out of there. He be like, and he's taught me that. And it's been times I had to be like, okay, Krispin, this man ain't did nothing. Here you go, starting stuff out of the blue. Just let it be, and he don't entertain it like at all. So yeah, be his peace, not his problem.
Keep it soft.
It's not hard at all. So if you find yourself in a relationship, you're always going back and forth, you're always fighting with this person, let it go.
Right.
We all have enough problems in our own personal lives, and we don't need extra problems from another person that you're dating.
Right. And we're not saying, you can't talk through maybe some areas of miscommunication and stuff like that. So don't get it confused. But we're just saying like red flags, someone's always bringing you drama or always tearing you down or never supportive of your goals and your dreams. You don't want to stick around with those kind of things.
Absolutely. Stay woke. Well, this has been good. If you guys like this episode, make sure you subscribe and share.
Don't forget to like, comment, and you just said
hey, you got more than one.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if this has helped you in any way, drop a comment down below. Let us know what type of love balance do you prefer? Man more than woman more than man, or equal?
Equal.
See you guys.
Bye.